Welcome to the 700 Club. President Trump's national security advisor says the United States must be ready for possible military operations against North Korea. That statement came after North Korea tested another ballistic missile over the weekend.
The president is also inviting the leaders of other Pacific nations to the White House to talk about standing firm against the rogue regime. George Thomas has the story.
President Trump is reaching out to allies in Asia, warning them that the world cannot accept a North Korea with nuclear weapons.
Eventually, he will have a better delivery system, and if that happens, we can't allow it to happen.
Trump spoke to the prime ministers of Thailand and Singapore over the weekend, urging them to put pressure on the rogue regime. The calls come as the North tested another ballistic missile early Saturday, though it blew up seconds after launch. Trump's national security advisor accused North Korea of once again openly defying the international community.
It may mean ratcheting up those sanctions even further, and it also means being prepared for military operations if necessary.
Trump also talked with Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte and invited him to the White House. Duterte has been accused of committing crimes against humanity for an anti-drug campaign that has seen more than 8,000 killed since he came into office last summer. President Trump is facing criticism for inviting him, but the administration says the move is necessary.
It doesn't mean that human rights don't matter, but what it does mean is that the issues facing us developing out of North Korea are so serious that we need cooperation at some level with as many partners in the area as we can get to make sure that we have our ducks in a row.
George Thomas, CBN News.
Please take this seriously and please be in prayer for peace in that region. If we can put together a coalition that will put pressure on them to abandon a ballistic missile program, then great. But if we're looking at war, if that's where this is going, well, then that will put the whole region, the whole world in turmoil. The number of artillery guns North Korea has aimed at South Korea is literally overwhelming, and the destruction any kind of conflict would bring would be catastrophic. So please be in prayer. Here at home, President Trump broke with a long-standing tradition this weekend. John Jessup has that story from our CBN News Bureau in Washington. John?
That's right, Gordon. Presidents have long attended the White House Correspondents' Dinner here in Washington, but President Trump declined this year's invitation. And while reporters dined together, the president was far away at a rally with his supporters. Jennifer Wishon brings us that story.
The annual White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington was very different this year. Instead of Hollywood stars, reporters and pundits walked the red carpet. And as storied journalists celebrated the First Amendment, President Donald Trump rocked a patriotic rally in Pennsylvania to mark his 100th day in office. Trump's absence at the dinner was palpable. The first president not to attend the event in more than 3 decades.
Media outlets like CNN and MSNBC are fake news.
Journalists who spoke at the dinner sent him a unified message.
We are not fake news. We are not failing news organizations. And we are not the enemy of the American people.
If the media's job is to be honest and tell the truth, then I think we would all agree the media deserves a very, very big, fat, failing grade.
The public battle between the president and press continues. But despite that, the facts show that President Trump is more accessible to the media than President Obama ever was. And for that, the White House press corps is grateful. Jennifer Wishon, CBN News, Washington.
Thanks, Jennifer. Lawmakers have agreed on a $1 trillion-plus spending bill that avoids a government shutdown. Republicans and Democrats reached the agreement Sunday night. Now, it doesn't cut off taxpayer funding for Planned Parenthood or sanctuary cities, nor does it give the president money for a border wall. But it does provide more funding for the military. Even though Republicans control Congress, Democrats were able to win some concessions because Republicans need 8 votes from the Democrats to pass the measure in the Senate. The next budget battle will start up again this fall.